Good day everyone and welcome to our Industrial Organization Management. So today we're going to discuss about the managing products and services or the service operations. So in this chapter we're going to discuss or the differentiate between the product management and the service management. So in this topic, a marketing function that involves obtaining, developing, maintaining, and improving a product or service mix in response to market opportunities. So apat lang naman yung basic na characteristic that we need to consider in terms of products and the service. So it can be a mix. So pwede nating paghaluin yung products and the service, or pwedeng product lang or service lang. So dito, obtaining lang, you need to obtain, you need to develop and maintain or improve your service or the products. So for example, so the Jollibee Worldwide. So ang Jollibee kasi is nag-o-offer ng products and the services. So yung four characteristic of the management, they need to consider in terms of the mix management. So meron din tayong mga company na nag-o-offer lang ng services. For example, the telecommunication is offering services, or sometimes yung ibang company naman is nag-o-offer lang ng product lang. O ito yung mga kadalasan yung mga merchandising company or yung mga manufacturing industry. So in the products and service management, so there are factors affecting products in terms of service and the product management. So number 1, we have the customer needs and want. Number 2, the company goals and strategies. Number 3, cost and available resources. Number 4 is the competition. Number 5 is the product itself. Number 6, the government regulations. Number 7, stages in life cycle. And number 8 is the business and economic trends. So in these 8 factors, so these are the factors that pwedeng maka-apekto in terms of the products and the service management. For example, in terms of the number 1, the customer needs. So, yung isang manufacturing company is hindi naman pwedeng nag-produce lang ng isang product na kung ano yung gusto nila. Syempre, they need to consider the customer wants. So, kung ano yung wants ng mga customer, tsaka pa lang sila magpaproduce ng mga ganong products. So, in terms of the company goals and strategies, so, di ba ang ibang companies nagbe-benchmark? So, ibig sabihin, they are improving their strategies and goals. Ano ba ang goals ng company? For the number 3, cost and available resources. So, dito naman yung limited ba yung ginagamit resources of the company or hindi? Or kadalasan ba ang cost ba ng isang product nila is highly cost ba or low cost ba? So, they need to consider that costing. Number 4 is the competition. So, this is the external of the company. So, ibig sabihin, so yung mga competitors ba nila outside is ganun bang ka-competitive or kailangan mo bang makipagsabayan with the other company? For example, the other company offering more high, no? Or supply na napoproduce nila within a day. So, ibig sabihin, you need to produce the same thing kung ano yung pinaproduce nila. So, number 5 is the product itself. So, ibig sabihin, kung may product ka or kakaiba yung product mo within the company, and you need to improve pa yung product na yun. Kung ano yung pwede pang i-improve dun sa product mo na alam mong makakatulong within the customer or the consumer. For number 6 is the government regulations. So, dito, considering the politics to eh. So, ibig sabihin, you need to consider the different protocols or safety procedure or the different requirements needed for the government regulations. So, for number 7, stages in life cycle. So, diba, last time we discussed about the different stages in the life cycle. Dito is merong maturity or nag-growth ba or nagde-decline. So, dito, you need to consider your products or the services kung okay pa ba siya or hindi na, or you need to improve pa. Kasi baka makikita natin yung product mo or the services mo is nagde-decline na. So, ibig sabihin, that's the end of your cycle. Number 8 is the business and economic trends. So, tinitignan natin within the industry or the market, yung flow. Tinitignan natin kung ano ba yung patok o ano ba yung naaayon para sa customer or sa consumer natin. So for the products and service management, there are benefits of the products and service management. Number one, offer products consumer want and companies profit increase. So ibig sabihin, once you offer more products to the customer, the more profits or nag-i-increase lalo yung profit ng company. Number two, when developing the right products, a company can gain new customer. Yes, kasi 'di ba kadalasan ang customer natin is kung ano yung kakaiba or may bago sa paningin nila. They are nag-i-insist sila na bumili ng ganong klaseng products, no? Or ano ba yung mga right products for the customer? Ano ba yung mga mas kailangan talaga na kailangang i-produce ng isang company? Number 3, when products are well managed, there is less for a chance for failure. So, for example, pinag-aralang mabuti yung pagpaproduce ng products or pinag-aralang mabuti yung flow ng services. So, ibig sabihin, nalilimit natin or na-avoid natin yung mga different lapses or failure within the company. So, ibig sabihin, at the same time, naliless din natin yung different expenses. Okay? So, who is responsible for managing the products and the service management? So, several employees of the company's certain departments or one employee or just the boss. Normally, depends on the size of the company. So, we have the 3 main phases of the product service management. So, number 1 is developing the new products. Number 2 is monitoring existing products, yung mga sales natin, profit, market shares. And number 3, eliminate the weak product. So, kung marami kang ino-offer na product, you need to consider these 3 phases. Types of goods or sold staple goods. So, these are the items are constantly in demand by customers. Items are used consistently, replaced regularly by consumers, or easy to predict sales because of the consistency in demand. So, for example, we have the toothpaste, milk, bread, butter, and etc. So, if you will notice, these are the basic needs of the customer. So, ibig sabihin, we can easily predict, no, what, kung ano yung mga demand ng ating mga consumer or the customers. At the same time, we can easily predict the products pa, na kung ano pa yung mga kailangan nila. So, we have the small inexpensive items that consumer purchase frequently. So, commonly sold or convenience stores, grocery stores, or gas stations. For example, snack foods, pain relievers, and beverages. So, ito yung mga secondary na mga kailangan talaga ng ating mga consumers. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ito yung everyday na kailangan mo sa umaga, tanghali, hapon, or every time na kailangan mo. So, these are, for example, yung mga beverages, yan yung mga for time for leisure lang. Pero, needs na rin naman siya ng customer. So, we have the goods are more expensive and require more research prior to buying. So, consumer usually want to be able to compare and contrast this item with others. So, limited to extensive decision making is required. So, for example, we have the automobile, appliances, furnitures, and homes. So, ito yung too much expensive. So, ito na yung mga yung mga leisure natin can be considered, hindi siya needs. Kumbaga ay yung mga wants natin can be considered as need. For example, the automobile. So, di ba, nung una wants yan, gusto ko magkaroon ng sports car. So, for what reason? So, kung titigan natin siya in a good aspect, di ba, you're going to a work or you're going to school, you need to ride vehicle, so or yung automobile mo. So, ibig sabihin, needs mo na siya. So, yung appliances then, furnitures, and other expensive goods. So, we have the types of good and sold fashion goods items that constantly change. So, these are items only popular to a certain amount of time. Not just clothing items, any item that goes in and out of style is an example. For example, yung kay Tom's, class of 2013 shirts, Chubbies, etc. So, what is an example of something not clothing related? So, meron pa tayong ma-identify. For example, yung mga gadgets natin yan. So, ibig sabihin, sumasabay tayo with the trends or yung mismong fashion goods. So, types of goods sold in seasonal. So, may mga seasonal items din tayo. So, these are only popular on a certain time of a year. May focus on seasons or holiday. So, for example, the heavy coat in a winter and swimsuit in the summer, box of chocolate around Valentine's Day, so or bouquet of flowers for Valentine's Day. So, ibig sabihin, meron lamang tayong specific time or season na kung saan is bumibili lang tayo ng mga different products, no? So, hindi siya everyday or hindi siya monthly na kailangan mong bilhin. So, ibig sabihin, occasionally siya na meron tayong sineselebrate or meron tayong item na kailangan bilhin for that specific period of time. So, we have the types of goods and sold specialty goods. So, eto yung mga goods considered unique by buyers or customer will go treat length to buy them. Price is almost never an issue. Purchase is based off. So, tinitigan natin. So, for example na to kasi, di ba, ito yung mga bagay na alam natin na gusto nating bilhin or wants or needs na rin natin. At the same time, yung something na kakaiba. So, once we are buying that type of goods, we need to consider the quality, the style, scarcity, or personal preferences. So, a specialty good can be shopping good of one person and especially for a specialty for someone else. So, for example, the Louis Vuitton bag from flagship store in Paris or sa Fran's men's suit or expensive watches. So, dito ay yung mga products na to is hindi natin kino-consider kung gaano ba siyang kamahal kasi alam mong legit kasi you are referring to the quality or you are referring to the different preferences o yung kilala or branded siya. So, we have the types of goods sold unsought goods. So, ito naman yung mga goods na unexpected or hindi natin binibili talaga, no? So, we have the goods that are not actively sought out by customers but instead purchased due to fear, precaution, or needs. So, marketers tend to active and aggressively market such goods in order to arouse interest in them. For example, we have the fire extinguisher, encyclopedias. So, ito yung mga bihira or minsan lang binibili at kinakailangan, no? So, we have the goods for industrial goods. So, industrial goods usually produce consumer goods. So, goods purchased by an individual or organization in order to modify them or simply distribute them to the ultimate consumer in order to make a profit or meet some other objective. So, tends to be item directed or organization, businesses, and other institutions rather than an individual ends user of a product. So, example, we have the lumber or the fixed equipment. Ito yung mga item na nakikita natin kadalasan sa mga industrial company or yung mga companies that offering different products or they are producing products. So, ito yung mga different industry na nangangailangan ng mga different heavy equipments o yung mga equipment for industrial use only. So, in terms of the product life cycle, so sabi nga natin, so product life cycle represent the stages of a product goes through during its life. So, number 1, so we have the introduction. So, introduction, how do you introduce the product? So, what are the specification? What are the material use? And so on. So, for number 2 is the growth. So, titingnan mo kung ano ba yung function niya. So, you need to improve the function or yung mismong specs niya. Ano ba yung dapat? So, maturity. So, we are referring to the time frame. For example, the gadgets or the iPhone. So, once you ina-update natin yung kanyang iOS, napupuno yung kanyang memory. At the same time, meron siyang lifespan. No? For example, for 16 years, sa 16 years lang siya gagana or 16 years lang siya magpa-function. So, 4 is the decline. So decline, ibig sabihin na tapos na yung time frame niya. So ibig sabihin nadi-dissolve na siya. So we have the product cycle for number 1. So once we introduce a product, so product is launched, can be risky. The length of the introduction stage varies according to the product. If the product technologically receive an acceptance in the market, it may come out to introductory phase or soon as it is launched. Whereas if the product of a different category altogether and needs market awareness, it may take time to launch. So we have the characteristic. So higher investment, lesser profit. Yan yung mga pagdating sa introductory. Once you introduce a product, this profitable stage, minimal competition, efforts are focused on promotion and production. So stage life cycle that goes the introduction stage. So you need to increase the product awareness. You need to get the customer attention through promotion. Lots of special promotion. For example, the smart TV. How do you promote the smart TV even though it is too much expensive? So titignan mo yung increase in product awareness, no? Ano ba yung product awareness niya pagdating sa smart TV? Easily to use, it can be connected into internet, hands gesture lang yung pwede mo gamitan. You are not going to use remote, something like that. So ibig sabihin ano siya, in terms of the introduction stage, you need to consider the different factors, no, to promote the product. So in the product life cycle, during the growth stage, customers are aware of the product sales increase, products start showing better returns on investment, companies focus on customer satisfaction, and customers start from the other companies. So this is a stage where a competition may step in to squash the product before it is completely launched. Any marketing mistakes done at this stage affect that product considerably as the product is being exposed to the market and bad news travel fast. Thus, special care has to take care or taken in this stage to ensure the competition or bad decision do not affect the growth stage of the product. So for for the continuation, so we have the characteristic. So how can we identify the growth stage? So product is successfully launched. So during the introduction na i-launch mo siya, so ibig sabihin continuous or existing na yung product mo. So demand increase kapag na-introduce mo na yung product mo or maraming mga customer na gustong bumili ng products. Distribution increase in terms of the market. So ano ba yung mga geographic area na nangangailangan or nanghihingi ng additional, no, for the product. Competition intensifies. So some our companies are offering the same products, so they are competing with your product. Company might introduce a secondary product or support services. Better revenue generation and return on investment. So ibig sabihin, so once na product is produced, so merong tayong backup if dumating kasi yung time na yung first introductory of the product natin is medyo nagde-decline, so you need to have another support services na para i-present yung another product that is almost the same pero nagkakaroon lang ng different specs. For example, di ba sa iPhone kasi is lumalabas yung iPhone 12, so lalabas yung iPhone 13, alam nilang dumarating yung time na magde-decline yung iPhone 12, no? So they are producing another product or secondary product pero same ano pa rin siya, gadgets, pero ang tinitingnan lang doon is naiiba yung kanyang specifications. So the stage 3, so one of the problem associated with maturity stages is technologically advanced environment is the problem of duplication. So not only the product available in duplicate market, but also there are several competing product scenes or which arise with the same features and capabilities. As a result, the product become less attractive kapag marami na siyang ino-offer. For example, ikaw pa lang yung unang nag-o-offer ng product, then sumunod na a few months is other company are offering the same product. So tinitigan nila. So parang hindi na siya ganong ka-attractive with the customer kasi nakikita na ganito lang yan kasi same specs lang or same material use, so something like that. So we have the characteristic of maturity stage. So number 1 is the competition is high. So if you will notice, some companies or different establishment are competing with each other, lalong-lalo na if you are offering the same products. Same with the services. Product is established and promotionally expenditure are less little growth potential for the products. So the major focus is toward extending the life cycle and maintaining the market share. So we have the product life cycle once. What happens during maturity date? So the product sales level off or more money is spent in competition during this stage. So kailangan mas ma-market. So more promotion, more budget allotted for the promotion. So stage 4, the product cycle stage of decline. In this stage, the expenditure begins to equal the profit or worse, expenses are more than profits. So a typical scenario which a product might face in its last stage. So one product, 10 competitors, minimum profits, huge amount of manpower and resources in use. So another typical scenario for the product to exit the market. It also become advantageous for the company as the company can use resources it was spending on declining product on an altogether different. So ayan po. So we have the characteristic. So market is saturated or sales and profits are declining, bumababa na yung mga sales natin, yung profit natin bumababa na rin because of the different competition within the market. So company become cost conscious. So tinitignan nila yung kapag ba nagpo-produce sila ng product is masyado na bang mahal, okay pa ba yan, mabibili. Kumbaga there are several questions na naibabato nila, or yung mga tao ba is practical na lang ba, so something like that. A lot of resources are blocked in rejuvenating the dead product. So kadalasan dito is limited na lang yung nagiging product, kaya limited lang din yung pagpoproduce nila ng mga different products. So in terms of the declining, so we have the repositioning or rebranding of the product to extend product life cycle. So kadalasan maintain the product as is and reduce costs to get maximum profit till the product can produce profits. Take the product off the market. So kapag nagde-decline na siya, we are pushing na parang nakikita natin kahit papaano is meron pa rin siyang profit. Hindi man siya ganun kalaki pero can produce profit pa rin. So we have the virtual shopping assignment. So to set up a PowerPoint according to the listed. So for example, individual assignment, identify and provide. So example na to yung mga each goods. So for example, we have the staple, must-have, convenience, routine, fashion, trendy, specialty, rare, shopping, limited or extensive, seasonal, time sensitive, not unsought, and industrial. So yan yung mga virtual shopping natin. So we are looking. So ito yung mga kailangan nating tignan, no? Once we are purchasing or we are looking for a product through virtual. So the maturity stage competition is stronger or strong similar model in stores. So product is mass produced. Product is not as popular but it's still popular. Wow factor is gone. Sales have slowed or price drop. Money spent combating competition. So ibig sabihin dito is more capital ang kailangan investment natin dito kasi you need to produce more products. So, kailangan may wow factor ka dyan. Wow, ang ganda na to ng product na to and so on. So, ibig sabihin, meron siyang uniqueness within your product. So, automatic sa maturity date, you will encounter also the price drop. So, pagka nagsisale siya, 50%, wow, 50% sale, something like that. No? So, decline stage products start to lose money. So, price drop to point it costs more to product. Product may be liquidated. Virtually no competition because no one wants the product. So, kumbaga nalaos na. No? Kung ikaw ba naman isang customer na alam mong sa una, okay talamak. Makikita mo talaga na wow, may bagong labas na something ganito. Wow, may bagong features. So, ibig sabihin you are more attractive. Pero kapag nakikita mo sa market na almost of the people or the customer is meron ng ganito, so ibig sabihin, nagde-decline na yung product mo. Or kumbaga, wala nang gustong bumili. Anin ko pa na to, meron na, something like that. Or meron ng bago dyan, hindi ko na kailangan yan. So, yan. So, we can extend our product life cycle. All businesses want to maximize their profits by ensuring that the lifespans of their products is as long as possible. Businesses can adopt several strategies to extend the life of the product. So, tinitigan nila dyan yung mga strategies. For example, you are offering one product na wala siyang gandang feature. So, ibig sabihin, para hindi siya mawala in the market, you are innovating or nag-innovate ka or in terms of innovation of your product is naglalagay ka ng mga different specification pa within the given product. So, we need to make a modification to the product, change the repacking, the packaging, reduce the price, export of a new market, introduce new varieties, or increase the advertising. So, ito yung mga terms na ginagamit natin or strategies na ginagamit natin for the products, extending the product cycle. Kapag siya ay nagde-decline na at gusto mo pa siyang ibenta within the market, so iisip ka ng mga different strategies to cut the attention of your customer. So, we have the extending the product cycles in some important factors of the products and the service management terms. So, we have the product mix, we have the product line, product width, and product depth. So, these are the kadalasan yung 4 important of the PS management terms. So, ito yung mga tangible items natin or the services. So, ito yung pagka sinabi natin mga tangible assets, ito yung nahawakan or nakikita natin. For example, yung mga services naman, iyan yung mga haircut, ideas, or marketing strategy. So, this is an abstract good in terms of the planning or the decision. So, about the features that are needed to sell in the business product, services, or ideas. For example, yung mga packaging niya, labeling niya, branding niya, services and warranty, and etc. So, when we are talking about the product mix, so ito yung mga different products that the company mix or sell. So, for example, yung mga Kool-Aid, yung mga post-cereal products, yung mga craft, company na gumagawa. So, ayan yung mga product mix natin. So, when we are talking about the product line, so, ito yung mga group of closely related product manufactured. So, for example, products mix natin in terms of the P&G, Procter and Gamble. So, ibig sabihin, yung kanilang product line is marami. Meron silang Fabcon, different products of mix, no? So, meron silang bar, soap bar, mga detergent powder. So, yan yung mga product line natin. So, ibig sabihin, they are offering the different services with a different product line. So pagka product with, so ibig sabihin ay in terms of the process, no? Maraming pinagdadaanan. For example, sa product line natin, yung mga different fabcon natin. So ibig sabihin, hanggang gaano bang kalawak yung kanyang process or procedure. Kasi 'di ba meron tayong sa fabcon natin, for example, the Tide. So merong Blossom. So kumbaga nagkakaroon pa ng another procedure or process. Same with the product depth, no? So that's the end of our lesson. So I hope you understand the lesson for the managing the products and the service management terms. So thank you.